Mark, thank you for joining me today. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while since I've spoken to you last. Talk a little bit about what you've been up to. Obviously, you were supposed to fight at UFC London March just gone. That didn't obviously happen. Can you talk a little bit about that time, what you've been up to recently?
Yeah, so obviously I was in Holland. That's why I would usually prepare for my fights. I was there for I think 7 weeks, 8 weeks, and I came back knowing that I might not fight, and it was kind of hard, and eventually got cancelled, which I feel like I was happy about at the time, because at the same time I was worried myself about this COVID thing happening. So I'm just glad it didn't go on. But then I got matched up again with who Alan Patrick. That's been cancelled. So I feel like I've had a long, long, long camp. So I'm just training, trying to get a fight. It doesn't happen. I keep training. I've been having maybe a week off from training, but then just carry on from it again. So it's been hard, but we adapt as fighters.
So, when were you in Holland, and how did that correspond to the news that was going on about everything going into lockdown? How did that affect you getting home? Where was that in the timeline in terms of the run up to the UFC London fight?
It didn't really matter much because obviously the fight was in London, and I usually drive to Holland, so I just drove back. But people seem to be more worried there, and I came here, and I thought it was just time to come home, so I came home. But then nothing was happening. A week before the fight was cancelled. It was a disappointment, but then it is what it is.
Yeah, and things started to really go into lockdown in the UK. How did that affect your kind of day to day training schedule?
Like right now, I've got a big hole in my living room. I tended to a gym. I couldn't just not do nothing. So all the gyms were shut and nothing was happening. Literally I've been just trying to train outside, train inside the house, and just do whatever I can. A lot of runs. But I'm lucky enough to have people like I know close to me, like padman coaches that can pad me and just keep on working while I'm here. So we did that kind of.
Yeah, okay, nice. And when you started to hear about Dana White talking about this fight island and being able to fly international fighters in, what was your initial thoughts about that?
It was good news. At least no, I've got something on the way I can, because fighting is kind of my job. I don't really work this full time work job, so not fighting, not knowing what's gonna happen, just you can just sit there and not do nothing. So it was at least a relief knowing that I've got a day I can get training and get a fight.
Yeah, and obviously you've got a fight booked now, but you've had what, three changes of opponents?
Three
You've
changes, yeah.
yeah,
Thanks to Stevie Ray.
yeah, and now you're going to be facing a Russian guy, Rafael. I think his name is Rafael Fiziev. Um,
Fiziev, I say.
Fiziev, Fiziev. Okay. Um, what do you think about? I mean, what have you thought about the changes of opponents? How has that affected you? And then, what do you think about this matchup?
I've had a couple of opponents. Like, let's say Stevie was a good matchup, and obviously he pulled out. He's pulled out twice. And Alan Patrick, it was a matchup, but I didn't think it brought much interest in it because people know him, but I don't think it was excitement or it wasn't bringing danger to me. Where I know Fiziev is a really, really good striker. He trains one of the best teams in the world as well. Tiger Muay Thai is a coach to himself. So I'm giving him a lot of respect. At the same time, I know my abilities, and this one brings excitement, and which I like to to know like there's a risk of me losing a fight. It brings excitement to me, so I wanna train out and go and fight, and which I feel right now this fight it came at the right time.
Okay, that's good. And when you look at him, you look at his skill set. How would you break him down? What do you think he does good? And do you see anything that you know you could take advantage of in the fight?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that I can take advantage of. Is I can't say too much into details if fights not happened yet, but there's a lot of things like Thai guys do where MMA fighters don't do. So I can move around them a lot and put my things together. I can't really say much details, but obviously I've got a game plan. But yeah, Thai guys they have a lot of opening. If you can trade with them, if you want to, but and then also he has a lower volume. He throws a lot of shots, which I think will be good because then I can find my openings, and that's about it. But I can't really tell you much.
So, in terms of having him as a new opponent, how has that affected you in terms of your preparation for the fight? Have you had to make any adjustments because of the changes of opponent?
Nah, if I don't think like if anything was Alan Patrick's, but both southpaws. You gotta try to find southpaws. But this guy literally I just go at anybody that I know they like to come forward and bang. I've got them in the gym and we're doing it. We're trading.
Yeah, and in terms of going to Abu Dhabi, I mean, what are your thoughts on that? And have you been given any more information in terms of like protocols? What's going to happen when you get there? Obviously, you've got to go through all the testing as well. What's your thoughts on all of that?
I know I'm gonna get tested twice for the COVID. You get tested once before you go, and once you get there, you get tested again. But apart from that, I think things are going kind of slow. I don't really know much what's happening, how we're gonna get there. But I'm just, I know I'm fighting and I'm staying sharp.
Yeah, and you've been training for so long now. Obviously, with having to get ready for a fight in March and then that not happening. How have you taken that, and how have you managed to use this time to? Well, how have you initially used this time, and how can you not overtrain? What do you do in terms of not being able to overtrain? We've got such a big long stretch.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's like a lifestyle. I just enjoy training. If I'm not training, I feel kind of depressed. So I have to be at the gym all the time. But it's different between having a fight camp and training. So when I haven't got a fight, I'll just just train normal daily. Trying to make improvements. And when I have a fight, that's when you really push. So as soon as I know I haven't got a fight, really, I didn't do much but improve on my skills and which what I was doing. And I feel very confident going to this fight because I've made so much improvement since then. Because I had different tools to use for other guys like Stevie Ray, Alan Patrick, which I can use on this guy. So it's just a perfect time for me because I'm fit, I'm ready to go. I've sparred, I've wrestled, everything's there ready to go. So it just made sense.
Where do you see yourself having the advantages in this fight?
I'll be honest, I do believe now I'm a mixed martial artist. I feel like I can take the fight wherever I want it. It's not just about standing MMA. I can really mix it up.
Yeah, and you're coming off of two wins after you had that kind of little skid there. What would you say you put that success down to? Is there anything that you can put your finger on that's kind of changed for you?
I just felt it's obviously free experience as well. I didn't really have enough experience. I didn't know what was going on, and you need the right people around you. And I think being in America, being some of the top guys, even though I was losing, but it was teaching me something. So I was learning through all those guys, what they were doing, and I came back home to England and implemented my own game, and I feel like I'm making success with it.
Yeah. So you're obviously hoping to improve to 3 in a row. How do you see yourself getting the job done?
I'll say that again.
You're looking to improve to 3 in a row. How do you see it going down on the 18th?
I'm always looking for a finish, but wherever the fight goes, I'm happy. I just but right now I feel like I need to make a statement. I know he's a very aggressive fighter, and like I said, I'm in a camp for 3 months, 4 months, whatever it is. So I'm really ready for this, and I feel I should get a finish. I feel like I should get a finish.
And what are you thinking about no fans? Obviously, it's going to be a very different atmosphere for you when you go in there. And you're going to be able to hear your corner a lot more. You're going to be able to hear the commentators. What are your thoughts surrounding that?
It's actually good, I think, because it's less pressure, if anything. Because usually when it's crowd, you get punched or something, you feel like the whole wall is against you because everybody's screaming. Where they just you and the guy, when you hurt him, you've hurt him properly, There's not distractions, not noise, nothing. It's just you and him in there. So I think it's pretty fun. It'll be fun.
And how much will it mean to you, obviously, to get your hand raised in Abu Dhabi? Fight Island, it's going to be quite iconic. But how much are you looking forward to getting back in there again?
I've never really thought about like that, but to me right now, all it matters to me, I just want to get the wins. I've just been thinking about getting this win. I haven't fought white. Like, I'll probably think of it after. This is a kind of history, really, because it doesn't happen every day, and this is happening. So I think it's pretty cool. And but the main thing is to get the win.
And for fans that are going to be watching that can't be in attendance, what do you think they can expect to see from you?
I'm never in a boring fight. I always like to put a show, especially for the people that are home right now. So just tune in. I'm gonna be ready.
All right, well, we look forward to seeing it July 18th on Fight Island. Thank you so much for talking to me.
Thank you.